Hello and welcome to another Driven Catalyst live stream. Today we are going to make, sorry, that was very early 2000s YouTube coded. Today we were making a calendar for the upcoming new Music Friday album releases. May have just been a quick weird audio switchover. I realized we had audio output issues. So we should sound fine now. If we need me to repeat myself, I will. We are going to be making a calendar or some sort of graphic forecasting the upcoming new albums that I hope to listen to on New Music Fridays going forward. I talked a little bit about this last week, but now's the moment. I have everything set up. Here is our Adobe Illustrator file, and we're going to make something together. As you can see, just based on the size file I have set up, or project, I very much was planning on a calendar, like a traditional calendar look, and I think we'll still stick to that. But the issue with that is, right now, in my mind, all I really have to put on the calendar is the albums. I don't have like lesson plans, so to speak, for the other live streams of the week. So potentially a more vertically oriented graphic is more appropriate, something that covers only Fridays. And I think we probably should move more towards that. I do have hopes of filling in a full calendar and having like that level of pre-planning for these live streams, but kind of as I'm talking through it right now, we're not ready for that yet. But in the meantime, let me start working through the upcoming album releases. So on October 3rd, we've got the new Taylor Swift album, The Life of a Showgirl. And obviously, that's what we're going to be talking about that week. Because what else will we talk about? I'm sure there are other really noteworthy albums, and I'm sure I probably will still find a fun indie album to listen to. But as of right now, like, I can basically just promise that, like, that's what we're going to talk about. There's another album that came up earlier today in my mind that I realized I need to be ready to listen to. I don't think I added it to any list, though, so we're going to have to hunt it down. I've got my Spotify open, and I'm kind of picking through stuff to add to a list. There's the upcoming Lucius album, I think. Or I think there is an upcoming Lucius album. Let me double check on that. I'm going to pull out my phone. We're going to off-road for a bit. Because right now, all I have on my list is October 3rd is Taylor Swift. October 10th is Flock of Dimes. But I think there's another noteworthy album coming out on the 10th, too, that I'm excited about, that I'm going to have to jot down. And then October 24th is Brandi Carlile. So it seems I might be mistaken regarding Lucius, because their bio is simply self-titled album out now, which I was just speaking about their self-titled. Oh, it came out May 2nd. I didn't realize how recent it was. I didn't realize it was a 2025 album. Hold on. I'm getting easily distracted. Spotify is recommending me Lucius merch, and I wanted to see what their graphic design looks like. What kind of design stuff they've got going. Oh, man. Got some cool stuff. Okay. I'm going to focus. So, no new Lucius. They just have recent stuff. Orange Blossoms, Mad Love, and Hallways all came out relatively recently. Okay, let me look at my liked songs to get a better sense of what may be coming. Oh, there's the new Tame Impala album that I mentioned on Friday. Deadbeat is coming October 17th, which we actually don't have anything listed yet for. So let me fill that in. October 17th. Oh, they don't even have track titles out yet. That's pretty exciting. Tame Impala. So that may be what we're looking at for that week. I'm trying to like retrace my steps, but musically speaking, and remember what kind of vibe I was in this morning, such that I would have stumbled upon a new release that I would have been excited about. Let me go through my phone photo library screenshots, see if there's anything. I know this morning it occurred to me too that this week the new Caleb Heron comedy special releases. So it could be something to do with that if I think through all of the musician friends that Caleb Heron has. Because I, of course, am both in relation to Caleb Heron and independently pretty obsessed with all of the musical talent that he has on. So true. So true with Caleb Heron. Let's see. Maud Latour has a new single out. I know for a fact that that's not the album I was thinking of. But is there a new one coming? Or it seems like... What year is it? Is it 2024 or 2025? It's 2025. So this time last year, Maud Latour put out a new album. Oh, that's what it was. Maddie Diaz has Fatal Optimist coming out soon. Fatal Optimist releases on October 10th. That's exactly what it was. Okay. Because I remember it being... Okay. So October 10th, we have Flock of Dimes and Maddie Diaz. Which is good because I'm such a fan of both. And I don't know that I'm going to have the literacy to talk about the Flock of Dimes album the way I hope to immediately. So it probably will just be me like doing a lot of like squealing and loving the album, but not necessarily having like language to speak about it yet necessarily, just based on how I feel about Head of Roses. So it may be good that we have a double stacked album that week. We have 2 albums. Okay. Let's like look at a calendar because October is looking great. But between then and now, what do we really have? Holy mackerel. Taylor Swift's new album is coming out soon. We only have 2 more New Music Fridays until we have a new Taylor Swift album. Can you compute that? I, for one, cannot. Especially because I was not in the headspace when Tortured Poets Department came out, such that, like, usually, y'all know me. We've spent a lot of New Music Fridays together at this point. I lock in. I love to listen to an album as soon as it comes out. I did not do that for the Tortured Poets Department. And I think that that was a beautiful exercise in restraint. And I do feel like I have such a greater appreciation for all of the songs on Tortured Poets Department in the anthology because I did wait. I did cry at the gym listening to it all the way through for the first time. So I was still, I let myself be just the right amount of raw listening to it. And I think that was like the exact right move on my part. I had some sanity intact at that point, and I was able to actually enjoy the album for the music. But yeah, so it's been a minute since I've had a Taylor Swift album release that I've like gotten to sort of like be giddy about, and I'm pretty excited for this one for that reason. So 2 more weeks. That's exciting. Let's look at album of the year and figure out what's coming out in the meantime. New releases, Discover. They have highly anticipated stuff. Obviously, Life of a Showgirl is up there. Skimming. Yeah, okay. We got Last Dinner Party. Do we have a release date? October 17th. That's when Tame Impala is coming out too. But honestly, I'm not a huge... I know I'm like kind of just saying things at this point. I'm a big fan of Maddie Diaz and Flock of Dimes. Thus, it's nice that those are double stacked because I'm such a fan. It's like on first listen, I don't know how much I will have to say. But now I'm saying the opposite a little bit. For October 17th, we have Tame Impala and Last Dinner Party, and I'm sort of a lukewarm listener to both of them. And so it may be also nice to have those double stacked. Because what if I don't have a fully formed thought yet? Okay, October 31st, we have new Florence and the Machines. Florence and the Machine. Sorry. That's so embarrassing. I probably just sounded... That felt cruel. I said, that's so embarrassing. I probably just almost sounded like an old person. And then I realized how cruel that is to say and how I don't really mean that. I mean, I do mean that I probably did sound maybe a little bit like an old person, but I don't mean that that's embarrassing. It was so I just wanted to explain what I was about to say, but didn't say. But now that I'm explaining it, now there it is in all its cruelty. But you at least know that, like, that's not my heart. Or it was my heart, and I'll own that. But I'm actively working on that not being my heart, because I recognize that, because that's a bad take. Okay. Keeping moving. I don't know why there are no... We need one for the 19th and the 26th of September. Sep 19th, Sep 26. Is that correct? Okay. I know Rainbow Kitten Surprise has something coming out at some point. I don't feel like it's that imminent, though. So I don't think that is going to help. In fact, it may make everything worse. Their new album is coming out on the 26th. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, so September 26th, we are listening to Bones from Rainbow Kitten Surprise. And I am stoked for that. That is the first concert I drove myself to in high school because it was downtown. My parents were a little bit worried about me driving all by myself downtown. Or just driving myself downtown. I wasn't all by myself. I went with a friend. But they decided finally that I could go. And I did drive myself. And it was a great, great concert. So I will always hold a very special place in my heart for that band. I love them a lot. And it's been such a joy to watch them grow and listen to them grow. Me saying that, like, it's just funny to say that because I'm younger compared to, it's funny to be like, to watch them grow up. Like, it's not, I don't know. Well, so that's phenomenal. Now we just need one for this weekend. What's coming out on Friday this week? We're not going to cover this based on album title, I think, on New Music Friday. And just based on, like, sort of, I think, vibes and what I'll feel good about talking about on live stream. But I do want to plug the album, or I don't know, not plug it, but I'm going to acknowledge it because Lola Young is blowing up on TikTok, and I am in the camp that believes that it's fun and exciting that Lola Young is blowing up on TikTok. And I do really like Lola Young's music. So I'm going to say there is a Lola Young album coming out this week, which is very exciting. We're not going to talk about it on Friday, but it is coming out this Friday. So I'll point you in that direction. What? Like, what? Okay. I'm like looking at like what's coming up, like excited and like highly anticipated releases, and Lana Del Rey's new album Stove is coming out in January, I guess. But all it says is Stove, January, Lana Del Rey. So that's all I got. Steve Lacy. I think I like Steve Lacy. Oh, we don't have a release date for that at all. Also, is Steve Lacy who I think? Yeah. Ooh, no, it's not who I think, but I do indeed like Steve Lacy music. I really only know Bad Habit. I thought that it was, I don't know why. I think based on vibe and album art, I was thinking that Steve Lacy was... Come back, Spotify. This is a fun game because I know exactly what song this playlist by this person that I think is Steve Lacy, but is not Steve Lacy, is on. So I just have to find the playlist so then I can scroll through it so then I can tell you who I'm actually thinking of. Ray Bull. And I think I was mixing up Steve Lacy and Ray Bull because there's that Steve Lacy album. It's the one that Bad Habits on, where there's like the arrow symbol that looks like it has like little bull horns. I think they're devil horns, but I think in my mind they were little bull horns. And so I think in my mind Ray Bull, Steve Lee, I think that's what happened. If you were interested. Okay, well, we really need to find another album for this week. But it works so much in my favor when I don't have an album on deck because it means I get to find a really exciting newer artist or artist that just hasn't made it across my desk yet. And that is usually even better and more exciting than having something to look forward to. That's certainly what happened this past week with Jovial. Still haven't learned how to say it in a way that makes me sound normal. Or correctly. More importantly, correctly. I haven't learned how to say it correctly. But yeah, that was just such an exciting discovery. All right. I'm just going to turn to Google and search albums releasing September 19th. Oh no. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing anything that's really calling to me yet. Oh, Genius has an album release calendar. Thank you, Genius. What is it? So it's 9/19. Is that the right month? Allie and AJ? Oh, yo, we may have to log in. That could be fun. Is that true? Is there really Allie and AJ music coming out Friday? Oh, y'all. We have an EP. That's perfect. Okay. So that we're going to put that down for now. Allie and AJ EP. And then that means we can probably find like another album from someone newer too. Doesn't that feel like a fun little pair? To do some Allie and AJ, fun throwback, nostalgic throwback moment. And then find something else that's exciting and fun and new. I'm kicking my feet. I'm thrilled. Okay, so here's what we got. We got September 19th, Allie and AJ, and then more. September 26th, we're doing Rainbow Kitten Surprise new album Bones. On October 3rd, of course, we're doing Taylor Swift, Life of a Showgirl. October 10th, we've got Flock of Dimes and Maddie Diaz slated. October 17th, Tame Impala and The Last Dinner Party. That is going to be a day full of bops on bops and bops, I think. October 24th, everyone get ready to cry. Bring your tissues and your self-help books. We're doing Brandi Carlile. It's gonna be a big day for me. I'm so excited for the new Brandi Carlile album. And then October 31st, we're doing Florence and the Machine, which will be so fun for Halloween. That's October 31st, Halloween, right? We had a Friday Halloween this year. Gosh, I love that for the kids. And everyone. So that's what we're gonna do. How easy will it be? We're gonna hold off on the graphics. I'm gonna get more tools together so we have a more seamless creation process together. But I hope it was fun to sort of talk through and plan for the upcoming album releases. And you get a little bit of a glimpse into my hypocrisy, I guess, when it comes to what days it's good to have a double album scheduled or not. But yeah, okay. I'm pretty stoked. I think we're going to leave it a little bit shorter for Monday. But I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. I hope you've been having a good Monday so far. I will see y'all again Wednesday. And we'll be doing something fun. That's a promise. Goodbye. I will see you later.